Is there anything that you want the families at Lake Country Christian to know about you?
Well, I think the first thing that I would say is that I love God a lot. You know, before I met the Lord, you know, I got saved. I grew up in church, but I really came to know the Lord in my early 20s. And so God transformed my life. He changed me. I was a mess before I met Him. And I'm just so thankful for His grace and all of the good things that have happened since I came to know Him. Life hasn't necessarily been easy, but God's always been good to me. He's faithful.
How do you feel about this year, and do you feel like it will be different?
I do feel like it's going to be different. I'm really excited. You know, Mr. Earwood has called us all to speak life and to change the culture from a culture of kind of put downs and kind of snarky sarcasm to being encouraging to each other and to live life out in the open, in the light, and to spend time. I guess it's a more optimistic culture, you know, more positive culture, and I think we're headed in the right direction.
When did God call you to Lake Country Christian?
That's an interesting story. 21 years ago, the school I had been working at for 13 years closed, August 1st, and I had to find a job. And so I called, I had an interview at Bethesda, I had an interview at Temple Christian, and I had an interview at Lake Country. And someone had just resigned from Lake Country teaching 6th grade, like the day before or something. And the Lord opened the door for me to come up here. And so it was the place that God opened, it was just the place that God called me to be. And I've stayed. I thought I didn't know how long I was going to stay, but it was God opened that door and I just walked through it.
So what's your opinion about the new iPad policy?
I think it's probably better. It's a little bit different than it's been, but especially, you know, parents had concerns and we had concerns as a school, and I think it's really good that we're able to tighten it down a little bit, and then as you all move into high school, it'll change again. So the policy for middle school is one thing, and then it'll loosen up a little bit as you move.
What are you most proud of? Like, what's your most favorite memory, or what are you most proud of about yourself?
My 3 sons, because being a mom's my favorite job. So I'm proud that they're all grown up and they're doing things and they're out, you know, getting involved in the community and working, and so that's really my proudest thing. So.
What's your favorite thing about being a principal?
The fact that I have relationships with great people. I love my students, and I love the parents, and I just like being involved with people. So I just really enjoy encouraging people in their walk, especially with middle school. With you all, you're in transition. You're not little kids anymore, and you're not quite grown up, and it takes a lot of encouragement to get through this period of time in life. And I love it when I see you all move through it, and then we high-five each other in high school, and then I get invited to college graduations and weddings, and I get to see, you know, the rest of the story, you know, that life goes on and those relationships continue.
What's the easiest thing and the hardest thing about being a principal?
Again, I think that the easiest thing is being around the people that I'm involved with. The hardest thing for me is when things happen to students that are difficult. It's hard for me not to take up an offense and be on the kids' side, especially when circumstances are happening to them that adults have created for them. You know, I always want kids to be successful. So sometimes I have to really work on. You know, I have to choose to forgive, and I have to choose not to be offended, and I have to choose to trust God with the outcome of the different situations that kids are walking through.
Why did you pick to be a principal / teacher when you first started?
Well, you know, God called me to it. I graduated from college with a degree in psychology, and I was working at a ski resort, and I asked the Lord the question, what am I supposed to be doing with my life? And about 3 weeks later, I was asked to come and teach biology, which was my college minor at a Christian school in Salt Lake City. So God just opened the door. And then I had to go back and get a degree in education. So I have my master's degree in education because my undergraduate was not in education. So God asked me to do it, and I said yes. One play.